All right. Hello, everybody. Um, so I just want to let you know I finished that Corbo page. um, I was doing my little world building series. So if you're on Instagram, you can see the whole page. But it's now finished. This is not a world building video. This is for some fantasy art that I am doing for work. And I'm kind of like constructing a drawing, and I don't really know what I'm going to do with it yet. The idea is there's a dwarf peering in through the tent flap of a yurt or some kind of tent. Piece of paper I got said yurt. I'm not sure how specific it needs to be a yurt, and I'll have to look at some yurt tent flaps. But I kind of got a beginning, anyways, which has the dwarf here. I'm struggling with how to get his hand. Like, if you put if you're coming in, your thumb would be facing down, right? And then maybe your hand is over there. And then like the drapery is kind of coming this way. And it's supposed to be kind of snowy. And as you can see, my dwarf, there's not much to him just yet. I think maybe he has some kind of fur-lined helmet. And the danger when you're doing sort of fantasy illustration is to just draw the character as human proportions, just maybe shorter. But dwarves are not humans, right? Even no matter what cinematic trick they used in Lord of the Rings, um, there's a different proportion. The head's bigger. They're shorter. That's where the word dwarf comes from. Squatter. Even in the if we were to look at the D&D dwarf description, you know, they actually have the status of medium-sized creatures, even though they're significantly shorter than humans who are medium. Um, they're not halfling sized, in other words. So my other problem is how to dress them, right? You want to dress them in some authentic D&D looking armor of some sort. I think maybe it's like that. I like to do my dwarves as being, kind of a big nose. Um, the description I got is part of a story, so he's not trying to kill anybody, as far as I can tell. Maybe I haven't. I'll have to reread the story. But the other danger is, they usually have beards. A dwarf has a beard. The problem with that is a beard can hide a lot of important facial features. I wonder if I'm making his nose too long. Whoops. Whatever we do here, these are just roughs, right? We could and he's peering in from the outside. I'll have to reread the little section. I think it's supposed to be dark outside, or meant to be dark outside. And he's been traveling up through the mountains. So we want to make him like maybe there's a fur-lined look, and we don't have to do anything like exotic with him. We want to make this is going to be a standard fantasy dwarf here. Let's make him a well-kept dwarf. You can go with a raggedy beard. We could plate his beard. And then at the end of it, you take this layer, you drop the opacity down, and we're going to ink over it to sort of capture that. What do we call it? The action. Capture the the line. I don't know. What am I talking about? Let's see if we can get this breastplate here. We might even throw this in as like what if this is all black back here? It's nighttime. I'm not 100% sure I can get away with this. Let's give it a shot. Something like that. And that's a maybe. That's a maybe. So it does reference that he's been carrying a battle axe this whole time. And it's kind of like an expedition, so let's give him a backpack or something. I don't like if his stance here. I think I want to redo like the lower part of his body. Let me erase a little bit. Let's erase a little bit. So if this is his arm back, maybe there's a 1 foot forward. And 1 foot backwards. Maybe my issue is the eye line. It looks a little bit suspicious here. Maybe I should give him something other than a, a coned helmet. I could even give him maybe something other than that. We don't want him to look like Santa Claus. We want him to look tough. I don't know if I like it. All right, let's erase the whole thing and start over. I still like this hand here on the curtain though. I'm going to keep that. What if we turn the body a little bit and brought the head in? And the body back like he's leaning forward. Have I gone too hard on the nose? Like a bird? I like this guy better. I know the other one was a little bit more developed, but let's make his legs shorter, more dwarfy. Maybe his arm needs to be. Look at how long his arm is. Ooh, let's fix that. Secret procreate weapon. Distortion. And then I had like an idea for like a barrel here. Maybe there's some kind of chest or something. Let's make his beard a little bit more tidy. We're going to warp his face a little bit. As long as you're still in the pencils mode, you can use warp all day long and it doesn't really matter because you're going to be, your line quality degrades when you warp things. But your line quality doesn't matter during the draft sketch. You're just trying to come up with shapes. Maybe he's looking this way. He has a cape on. This will be if you've seen some of the other ones, the first one is Swords of Skill. And then the next one, these are all preliminary drawings, was Cups of Ambition. This third one is Wands of something. So we want it to fit in with the sort of look and feel of the others. They're chapter headers. All right. Now, have I screwed him up with his arm? I think I might have. Remember, no matter how much you make, the hand drops to the mid thigh. So you know, we might have to squat him up a little bit to make him more dwarfy. But that's all. That's all in a day's work. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I like this better than where I was going before. The dwarf's name is Toryll. No, I don't think he's coming in hostile. Maybe he doesn't need to be holding his battle axe. Um, Maybe we stow the battle axe or something back here. He's wearing it over his back or something. Along with the backpack. I could read the section again and see if there was meant to be other characters in the scene. That's supposed to be a barrel. You know, and if there's other characters in the scene, you kind of imply them up here in the foreground somewhere. We can apply something in the foreground. Another barrel, maybe, or something like that. I think there is somebody in here. Maybe there's some rugs. All right, something like that. Now, for the people I'm doing this for, they implied that they wanted like a theme of fire in the border. And I said, that sounds like a great idea. And now I'm kind of thinking, I hope it doesn't make it look like the tent is on fire. Because that's definitely not what I want to do. So I'll have to think about it. And this will probably get shrunk down even more. Let's see. Um, so that we can put in, you know, an ornamental border of some kind. I'm liking the look of it. I like this okay. I think he's a little bit too puffy here. We could take, that looks better. See? Just take out one line and suddenly it starts to come together a little bit. I can't remember if they said if he had hair or not. I've made him bald here. But if we needed to give him back hair, we could give him back hair. I'm actually kind of liking the way he looks. All right, so he's got his arm twisted like he's, I don't know if you can see my hand here. He's twisting like he's pulling back the tent flap. Let's fix that little thumb there. This is all stuff I'm doing to avoid working on the next page of Corbo. I will get to the next page of Corbo. It'll happen. It'll happen. I'm all about the accountability. This is like this sort of tent flap that opens up. Or maybe there's like a braid, something like that. Some kind of rope. And I think there's kind of there is kind of a hint of a fire pit in the tent. So if that's the case, we know where the light is. We know it's dark outside. And we can do all kinds of things with shadow. Like that, you know? Put lots of deep shadows on the tent flap. And then something like that. And then, I'll figure out what he's holding in his hands. Maybe nothing. Like the way I've got him right now, he's not coming in to kill anybody. I think he's coming in just to it's like a scene from a story that's in the book. Maybe we give him some fur boots. some leggings, etc. And I kind of like this so far, but I'm wondering what else I should put up here, if anything. Maybe another rope. Maybe they suspend some kind of lantern from a rope or something. I'm going to reread that story. All right, so that's all I've got for right now. We're at least on our way. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Tomorrow, I will either do more of this or get cracking on Corbeau again. And on Saturday, I might do a second Darkwing Duck cover. And I have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sketch cover to do as well. I want to make sure that these are meant to be gifts for somebody. So at least the sketch covers are. I did one, and I'm somewhat proud of it. I don't know. It came out okay. I might do another Darkwing Duck one. I've got a second issue right here, ready to go. And if it comes out better, I'll send that one, or I'll send both, one of the two. And then I also have um, some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Actually, it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Usagi Yojimbo crossover, so that might be fun to do the sketch cover of as well. And I like to do more than just a like a headshot. But it's dangerous to when you're when you're trying to do a sketch cover to do something like more complicated, because if you mess it up, it's not like you can easily fix it. Sometimes it requires a little bit more planning. So we're going to try and plan a little bit better before we ink it. I like the idea of having patches. I wonder if they might say, hey, we don't like the patches, and I'll have to take them back out. Which I don't mind, I guess. I wonder if this is better. I don't know. Lots of shadows. Lots of shadows. So we'll have to figure that out. All right. Please like, follow, subscribe, and I will see you later. Stay tuned. There'll be more drawing every day. I still owe about 6 pages of this project. And I am determined to get them done. If you want to follow this is a Kickstarter for something called Tarot Quest. I am not super associated with the Kickstarter other than I'm doing some of the art. I'm not the only one that's got art in this. In fact, I think my art is a very minor part of Tarot Quest. But they were very pleased that they picked me to do it. So I want to do my best on it. All right. Maybe that's what I got to do. Shade it a little bit. All right. Please like, follow, and subscribe, and I will see you later.